Welcome to the DJ Hustle podcast. I got a celebrity photographer, man, who's known from across the country and across the world, Chris Wallace. Man, how you doing, brother?
Man, I'm doing fine on this Thursday afternoon in sunny Southern California.
Hey, California, hey, man, what's going on with you right now? What you got going?
Man, I got a lot of stuff, even though people know me as a photographer, I'm actually a director and a line producer. So I got some documentaries and stuff that I'm working on, just working on those projects and, the stuff that you really can't talk about, but I've been building behind the scenes for like 2 or 3 years now. So
that's what's up.
It's about to all come out.
Now, let me ask you, let's go back to the beginning, man. When you first picked up the camera and you first thought about taking pictures, what got you into it?
I mean, this may sound like kind of like cliche, but literally in like the first grade, I took a photography class.
Yeah.
And I was so interested in film and photography, but I mean, we didn't really have the money to, like, afford the type of cameras that I thought that I was needed. But art and stuff like that used to be a hobby. So as it kind of went on, I joined the military and I started traveling around the world. And I was probably at the time maybe like 23.
Wow.
And I realized that I had been in the Army for 5 years and I didn't have any pictures.
Wow, really?
From none of the stuff that I was doing. I mean, I have been taking pictures of things, but I didn't have any pictures like of myself, like doing stuff. So I moved to Washington State and I just started capturing everything that I saw.
Man, I mean, you've been doing it for quite a while. When did you get that feeling that you had that it like, yo, I really can do this? Like, yo, I can do this.
Believe it or not, it was probably the night that I met you. At Red Grant's birthday, I had been working with Dave for like 2 or 3 months now at the time. And that's Dave from Backstage Access Magazine. Shout out my boy. I looked around the room and I had seen most of the people that I grew up watching on TV, and I was like, this is pretty cool. and as it went on, the rooms just got bigger and bigger, and the people got bigger and bigger. But I just like taking photography. It doesn't matter if they're celebrities or children at daycare. I just like creating art.
Now, you've been doing it for quite a while now, and you've seen it change from film to digital. What's the easiest for you, and why?
I mean, of course, the easiest is like the digital, because you can see and kind of correct the shot. But like the night of the Welcome to the West, I think what are some of my most iconic photos of Nipsey Hussle? I shot them on 35 millimeter black and white. Just like with the depth and the feel. And before I could afford a digital camera, I had that $150 black and white Nikon camera with the fixed 35 millimeter. And that's what I like, because you got to get the shot right inside of the camera. So you really got to study and pay attention to a lot of stuff. And then once, because it's a camera from like the 80s, and it doesn't have like a viewfinder or like a reviewer on it. So once you get the pictures back, you're like, wow, you know what I mean? And that's my whole thing. It's like, when people to see my art, stop and say, wow, that's a great picture.
You touched on something though. You said that you had a camera back in the 80s, 90s, right? And going to class and learning how to take pictures, I was always taught, you don't shoot to edit, you shoot to get the great picture. And when you said that, it just hit me, because people who know photography, they understand what you're saying. A lot of folks don't. People just be shooting because they can see. Right. Oh yeah, okay, this is cool. But back in the day when we started, you had to shoot, you wished that you got it. So you go develop it. You're like, whoa, I did get it. And that's
right.
It's tricky. It's
Right.
tricky, brother. And I applaud you on that, because when I go do interviews, or if I'm DJing somewhere and I know that you're in the room, I know you're going to get every shot, and every shot's going to count. And that's why I like you so much, because you're a humble guy, you work hard, and you first to show up, and you're the last to leave. Well, sometimes. You get that, you get it, you understand it. You understand integrity, you understand the work ethic, and you don't take no for an answer. Just like me, and I appreciate you, man, for being on my podcast today. I really do.
Oh man, I thank you for having me. You know that's what kind of segued me into my own podcast show. You know, Respect the Shooter, to where I interview, you know what I'm saying, the people behind the camera to get their stories, because you know, even as a DJ, there are a whole lot of things that you are privy to that, you know, if you start talking about them, people be like, there's no way that type of stuff happens. But you know what I'm saying? Just being in the know, you know what to talk about, and you know what I'm saying, what to just kind of like leave alone. But you know, it's such a great thing for me, because I really get to meet people from all different walks of life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know, working with celebrities, or what people consider to be celebrities, it's not all cracked up like what people think it is. Because most of the people that people would see me being a photographer for, I don't know them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, because I don't even take pictures with people I don't know. So if I don't know them, I'm not gonna be like, hey bro, like, can I get a picture? So every person that you see me in a picture with, I know them in some type of way, and it's usually outside of the realm of photography. I'm just a photographer that people hire, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it goes with trust and integrity. Right. Because the things that I get, I don't share them with the world unless they want that information shared.
That's right. That's right. What would you tell a young photographer now coming into the game? What advice would you give them, him or her?
Focus on forever. Build a brand, not chase a bag. Because a lot of people, they have no idea what Akashic photos is, but they understand that my work is synonymous with great work. So even though a lot of people, they have no idea, you know what I'm saying, even what my name is. They just know when I come around that I'm the guy that takes the pictures.
Because you look like you about to shoot something for real. Because you don't look like a regular photographer. You look like you about to come in. You come in with your bag on, your hat down low, coming in looking like you about to just do something. You put out this big old black long lens. Oh, okay. It's really a camera. Okay, I thought it was something else.
Yeah, man. Marvelous, bro. Marvelous.
Like, wait a minute. Like, wait, dude, come on. That was friends. Not right now. Right.
So, you know, hey, respect the shooter, baby. Respect the shooter.
There it is. What can we see you do next, man? You do so much. I mean, I know you can't talk about the production side of things. What is your next event? So we can come out and check you out, man.
All right. So I'm giving DJ Hustle the exclusive right now, because I haven't said nothing. But December 1st at the Lemonade Dispensary in Van Nuys, me, Carl Thomas. I'm having my gallery unveiling some one-on-ones, pictures I've never shown before. They're going to be blown up on canvas, and I'm going to do that with Carl Thomas.
That's dope, man. The R&B legend.
The R&B legend. He got an exclusive strain going to drop that night. So we're going to have you know, the R&B legend plus the art up at this dispensary with my man Steve Lobel and the rest of the Lemonade family. Man, it's gonna be amazing.
Man, congratulations on that, man. That's dope. That's dope, man. You've done so much with, you know, every concert series in town. You've done so much behind the scenes. You've done interviews. the stuff you're doing with Carl Thomas and your all your portraits and stuff. Can we see you shoot a movie soon, man, on the big screen? Have you already done one, or are you going to do one soon?
Yeah. You know, I worked on Pacific Rim. Mm-hmm. I worked on Dolomite. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so movies is definitely in the future. You know, that's what we've been grinding for. You know, saving all our chips to make our own stories, right, the way that we wanna make our stories. So movies is definitely in the future, near future.
That's it. And one more thing, I want you to write a book about your experience, man. Write a book about your experience, you know, taking pictures, and because people still read, you know what I'm saying, and not just an audio book, but make sure you write a book so kids come up behind you can understand what your struggles were, what your triumphs were, and how to overcome when you fell forward. You know what I mean? Write a book about that. It's very important for Black and brown kids to see you and me and everybody else who's doing things so they can read about it, because YouTube and Facebook might not be there in the future. So if they have a book, they can read it. They can follow the blueprint, you know, put a map in there. You know what I'm saying? Right. Chris, is there anything else you want to say, man? You have a website, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff? Give it up to me, brother.
Well, my website is www.akashicphotography.com. People can find me on Instagram at Akashic_photos. Mm-hmm. The thing that I want people to understand, that it's okay to make mistakes. Yeah. Nobody's perfect. Don't try to create an image that you feel that you have to uphold, because everybody is in the same boat. Right. And you could clearly see that when natural disasters happens and the banks close, everybody in the same boat. So we need each other, and we need to treat each other with respect and love, you know, and just understand that it's always not gonna be there. Everybody not always gonna get along, you know, but just keep going forward, because as you get older and you make better decisions, life gets a whole lot better. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does, man. It's been a blessing to have you on, man. And I'm sure we'll do it again soon once we get back out moving around and everything opens back up for real. Because right now, man. Right. So what I'll do, I want to say thank you so much again, man, for taking the opportunity to call in, man. And it's a great time and pleasure to interview you. You're an awesome person. And I want to work with you in the future one day, bro. Real talk.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Hustle, man. Hustle!